Hello, I'm Elliot Steel and welcome to the first episode of The Steel Show. We are in our makeshift studio that we've been very kindly loaned by a company who, after seeing the content of this show, have asked not to be named. This was meant to start in a few weeks, but in a few weeks, I'm going to be bleeding out in a trench for Israel. This is what the world is now, people. We all have to keep fighting to keep the nation of Israel safe from its many enemies that it constantly creates. Because, Israel has the right to defend itself, even when it started the conflict. Now, please note that I am being sarcastic here before you will kick off in the comment section. Look at this happy family. Here's what you think happens. That family are obliterated under the rubble. However, here we can see the happy family fleeing together. There's mum, dad, the kids, even grandpa. In this country, people have to pay a fortune to go to centre parks to feel a molecule of joy that they're experiencing as the entire region is reduced to a pile of smouldering ash. And it really just shows how spoilt we are over here. Could you imagine if that happened to you, by the way? Like a drone blew up your neighborhood? You would never stop talking about it. It would be on your LinkedIn. Every chat you'd have evermore would be about the time an Israeli bomb took out your house. But this picture, it's done in a way like it's a mild inconvenience. Like this family's popping out because they've ran out of milk. They've given the granddad a third arm, for Christ's sake. It's the only time the Israelis have actually attached a limb to a Palestinian rather than detached one. I grew up during the Afghanistan war that was fought to liberate people from the Taliban. And 25 years later, we can look at that loss of human life and say it wasn't in vain. Every life lost was worth it to be in the exact same position we were before. Trump says he's going to war with Iran to liberate the Iranian people, get rid of the nuclear threat, and stop the weapons of mass destruction. This is the same lie they used for Iraq. And this is it. I feel like we're just living in a time of remakes. There's no original films anymore. Every new film is just a female reboot of a 90s film. So if Trump at least had a sense of humor, he would make this a female reboot like they did with Ghostbusters. Send an army of women over, which, to be fair, would really piss the Iranian regime off. The difference with this, though, is I generally think Trump's just doing this because he's a little bit bored. And I get it. Every few months I have to dye my hair a new color because I need a new look and prove to the world that I'm different than everyone else. And Trump, every couple of weeks, decide he's going to war with somewhere just to get a little pep in his step. A few weeks ago, it was Greenland. Before that, Venezuela. Now Iran. And he's really besmirching the good name of the FIFA Peace Award. Trump reminds me of a failing restaurant owner who keeps changing the menu, like he can't settle on one war. If Trump ran a restaurant, it'd 100% be on Kitchen Nightmares. He'd be an all-timer episode. Gordon Ramsay telling him to buckle the fuck up. Staff quitting left, right and centre. That's what we need. Gordon Ramsay's Middle East conflict nightmares. For fuck's sake, you call this a CIA-backed coup? You haven't even played the Sunni and the Shias against each other. Come on, man. I do feel like I'm going insane. Am I the only person who remembers Trump's first presidency? That ended with the storming of the Capitol. And then 4 years later, he ran again and everyone else seemed to forget about how it was absolute chaos last time. The majority of the voting population really are the kind of idiots who will take back a toxic ex. Like that friend you have who always goes out with the worst guy ever. I know he threw a ninja star at my head and fed my dog to his pet boa constrictor, but this time it will be different. That is the majority of people who vote. They just forget things all the time. And now he's gone after Starmer.
By the way, I'm not happy with the UK either. This is not Winston Churchill that we're dealing with.
It's all right for us to slag off Starmer. He's ours. You're not allowed to slag him off. To be fair to Trump, Starmer not joining in the massacring of people in the Middle East, it's very un-Churchill-like. Churchill would have loved nothing more than to have indiscriminately bombed a country he's not even aware existed. Look, Churchill won the Second World War for us, of course, alongside the Russians and the Americans, but he did a fantastic job as a wartime prime minister. He did also starve people to death. So, you have to take the good with the bad. People are complex. If you can't handle me at my starving of India, you don't deserve me at my beating of fascists. The real tragedy of all of this is, of course, Dubai. I know a school got bombed, but never mind that. Some people with turkey teeth can't use the gift shop at the Palm. No videos of the bombing because all of the influencers' cameras are front-facing. The worst person you've ever met whose only joy in life is telling you how little tax they pay has been mildly inconvenienced. They're going to come back like Vietnam vets and go, "You wasn't there, man. We had to have jet ski and push back by 2 hours, man." The horror. There's no worse person to be stuck to at a party than a move to Dubai moron. Yeah, I don't have to pay tax because fortunately there's a slave labour workforce. I moved to Dubai because I'm sick of how the UK's becoming Islamic, so I moved to a majority Muslim country, and then a bomb falls, and all of a sudden I needed to escape, and the taxpayer should pay for me to come back. If Dubai impresses you so much, you're just basic. This is the problem with Dubai, and I don't think it's the people who move there's fault, but a lot of the people working there are essentially slaves. By the way, this is how Dubai is going to keep itself safe. They're going to have their own version of the Iron Dome, where they're just going to fire a slave. Someone's going to bring you a daiquiri, and you're going to go, thank you very much, and then they're going to be launched at the next missile incoming, and people are going to go, oh my God, this is so much safer than Sadiq's London, because I can have my phone on the table without it being snatched. There is a thing that does fill me with a kind of British pride when I saw this video.
Nah, actually, that's really bad. Nah, we're fucking staying. The music's still on.
We're not dying at home.
Nah, we're not dying at home. The fucking music's still on.
Has there ever been a more English response? Watching World War III start to kick off, and your first thought is, oh my God, does that mean it's last orders at the bar? Now, Instagram is full of couple goals and influencers whose relationship is their content. Check out these two.
We are leaving the UK officially. Wow, doesn't feel real.
We're saying goodbye to the home we've just built and dedicated years of our life creating. And yes, we've received so many messages saying, why, you're crazy. And right now, if I'm honest, we're feeling all of it too. Overthinking, the doubt, the worries, the what ifs.
Dubai wasn't somewhere we'd ever planned to go or even imagined ourselves living. Is it for us? I'm scared.
We've always lived our lives by taking the risk and being willing to try. Not because we're more talented, we're really not.
I'm simple.
How do we think it's working out for them? Seeing as they've just left the UK, they got rid of their new build that they had modified, and they've gone, we're going to risk it all on Dubai. They'd have been better off going to Vegas and just putting it all on 32 red. I wonder what the Venn diagram is of people who are empathetic towards the protests outside refugee hotels when people tried to burn them down, who also think Dubai is class and are now out there having to watch their hotel burn down and don't understand any of the irony involved in that. This has been the first episode of The Steel Show. Don't get used to it being in this studio because there is a whole crew out there who had no idea what we were going to deliver today, and we're not going to be welcome back here. If you like it, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. We will be back next week, probably doing this from inside my kitchen. But thank you very much. I've been Elliot Steel.